All right, everybody, we're back. Hello. It feels like it's been forever, but it actually hasn't. I'm covered in dog hair from earlier. Sorry about that. That's how all my streams are going to start. How's everybody doing? That was a good time gaming with my daughter, playing a little bit of Minecraft. But here we are. It is now what are we? Day 9 of Invictus launch week. Today was Anvil Day. We are going to pull up that website here in just a second, take a look at all that. But first off, how was everyone's day? Hopefully, you have had a great day yourselves, starting the weekend off here on this amazing Friday. The kids are out of school, at least where we're at. So, so it's just been a kind of a different rhythm kind of going on, different rhythm. John P. Maltese, thank you for the follow and the subscription, sending the javelin and the kraken overhead. John P., I'm giving you the double salute. You did the follow, you did the subscription. John, you are a legend, and I appreciate that. Thank you very much. So we do have quite a bit to talk about tonight, everyone. Getting a few windows ready. It's Anvil Day. We're going to talk all about it. We're going to go through some of those ships. Just getting a few things up real quick here. But before we get into that, let me pull up this page here. And we're going to swing on over to boom. All right, here we're talking about Invictus launch week in Anvil today. Oh, you know what? Let me do my top of show announcements. Let me go ahead and get that out of the way, everybody. Let's go ahead and talk about Quantum Vegas. For those of you who've been following the stream, you know I've been talking about it quite a bit now. Make sure you get your tickets. I will be there. I'm going to have STARJUMP swag. There's going to be folks from CIG there. There's going to be other big content creators. Paul Shelley, the Astro Historian, EE Studios, The Poets. The list goes on. We got Serious Fun. We got Commander Fran. Whole bunch of people in the community. Tyler Witkin, aka Xylo, will be there. Galactica will be there from CIG. And of course, Sean Tracy, the Senior Director of Tools and Tech Content at CIG. One of the OGs of CIG, actually. So it's going to be a lot of fun to hear what he has to say. Make sure you get your tickets while you can. I have finally figured out what I will be doing there, and essentially what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing an audience interactive panel, and we are going to be building live on stage an Anvil capital ship. A little nervous about it. I don't know how it's going to go. It's a lot to try to manage and on stage in a live environment, but we're going to give it a shot. All right. As you all know, we had some amazing donations come in just a little bit ago for our St. Jude Play Live initiative. As a matter of fact, let me just switch back here because I got all the stuff on this screen. We have raised $18,975. Okay, that's incredible. If we can get up to while we're doing this Asgard stream, if we can get up to 19,200, then we may have to give away a poster or a custom Fleet Viewer livery or something. We'll see. That being said, what else do I have? We're at the $35,418 lifetime fundraising, which is insane. Which is absolutely insane. I know Ender's really proud of that. It has a lot of his work on previous years as well. So again, we do look at that as an awesome accomplishment. So thank you, Mootkins, Eskimonian, and Recon03 for your donations when me and my daughter were playing Minecraft. But hopefully we'll get a little bit more money coming in here as we take a look at the Asgard. Let's go ahead and switch over to Anvil Week. Before we look at the Asgard specifically, we are going to go in game and look at it too. I did get one, and I'll explain why. So let's go ahead and roll down. Of course, we'll look at the Anvil Asgard page in just a moment. With Anvil, you're going to get a lot of combat ships for sale because Anvil makes a lot of combat ships. So it's a good day to be an Anvil fan. Obviously, the Anvil Arrow, great ship. I used to own this one. I really enjoy flying it. Sandgroper, good morning. Hope you're doing well. $75. It's the cheapest of the combat fighter ships, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. It is a light fighter, but I think it's the cheapest of the fighters. Anvil Asgard coming in at $350. Those of you watching my streams recently will know that I predicted it would be $350. The reasoning behind that prediction had a lot to do with sorry, you're asking about the Arrow, Mootkins? Yes, the Arrow, which is a light fighter. Currently the cheapest of the light fighters at $75. Great starter combat ship. Great light fighter in general, honestly. You really can't lose with the Anvil Arrow. I highly recommend it. But a lot of you watching my previous streams will know that I was predicting this ship, the Asgard, would come in around 350, maybe even 325, and I'll be honest with you, I was right on the money with it. And here's the reasoning: I knew it couldn't be more expensive than the Valkyrie at 375, and the reason I knew it wasn't going to be more expensive than the Valkyrie is because you would only have to go $25 more expensive and get to a C2. Um, the Asgard carries vehicles. Okay, that's what it's made to do. And for 25, if it was the same price as the Valkyrie, for $25 more, you could get the C2 Hercules, which can carry double the amount of ships for $25 more. So it made no sense. So to me, it was a clear indication that this ship was going to be cheaper than the Valkyrie. Now, I know there's a lot of people out there that are going to say, well, that's going to make a lot of the Valkyrie owners mad because they can't switch to the Asgard. But I don't think CIG is thinking of it that way. I think they think of these as just two radically different ships. And if you own the Valkyrie, why would you be switching to the Asgard? One's a drop ship for people, one's a drop ship for vehicles. Ultimately, it just made more sense to price this according to where the C2 sits and not where the Valkyrie sits. And Sandgroper, you're exactly right. That's the other point I was about to make. All this really, really does is totally confirm what everyone has always known, which is that the Valkyrie is way, way overpriced. And it always has been. I've always loved the Valkyrie, but I was never going to pay what they wanted for it. It's always been way overpriced. Guardian says, I was hoping, hey, Guardian, hope you're doing well, buddy. Guardian says, I was hoping it would be closer to 300 to be more competitive with the Connie Corsairs and Starlancer Max. Guardian says, I also think it was a great opportunity to lower the Valk price to get more sales. You know, have they done that in the past, chat? Let me know. Has CIG done that, lower prices of a ship after it's been out? I don't know if they've done that sort of adjustment before. Yeah, I'm kind of curious about that. Let me know. I'm not sure if they've ever done that before. Quinn says no. Yeah, I can't remember any instance of that. But regardless, the Valkyrie the Asgard is something I have changed my mind on, and we're going to go over that here in a minute. Ballista, I'll go ahead and talk about the Ballista, the Centurion, and Spartan all in one. Again, I think these are just way overpriced for what they are. I would encourage you to buy these in game. They are interesting vehicles. We do know another variant is in development, but until driving is just generally better in Star Citizen, I would not pay $140 for one of these personally. Colin Shaw says, is there any way to get an Idris if they sell out before you can click buy, even if it's already in your cart? Well, if it's already in your cart, but it's sold out, you should still keep trying to buy it after that wave, when the wave ends. And this is why. I don't know if Citizen Spooner is still in chat, but this happened to him too. You can put it in your cart and it sells out and you can't buy it, but just keep trying to buy it or just wait and see if it pops back in stock, because a lot of times people that are attempting to buy it, their payment doesn't go through or they cancel the sale, and it will then go back into stock for brief moments. And I think Citizen Spooner was able to get his Idris doing exactly that. So if it is in your cart, leave it in your cart. Again, we have more waves coming up. You know what I mean? Let's see here. That's how I got the whole E. Yep. Christopher Stewart says, I'm curious how you've had your mind change, Grim. Yeah, Christopher, we're going to go all in that when I go to this page here, the Asgard page. But it's a good question. I'll tell you kind of what made me change my mind on it. C8R, obviously, this is a solid purchase for $65. It gives you a mobile respawn point. That's enough. For the Fight for Pyro event, I pretty much did the thing out of a C8R. And I had extra gear in there and stuff. I pretty much did that entire event using a C8R. That's how powerful this platform is. C8X, Again, if you're going to get any of the Pisces series, I get the C8R all day long. Colin Shaw says, "Okay, yeah, I've had it in my cart for three waves, but no select. So there a bunch of more waves are coming, starting on when do the waves start? Everybody, do I have that? We'll go over that, but there are some more waves coming. Do I have that? I thought I saved that. I'll have to look. I'll have to look. It started this morning, or it starts the 24th. There was one already today. Okay, so there is a wave schedule up right now. There's a bunch of waves going on, so you could still have a chance to get it. I'll see if I can find that. If anyone with DM capabilities to me can DM it to me on Discord, a screenshot of those waves, I can show it. Yeah. Carrick, the Carrick is a funny one. I've said this multiple times. The Carrick is one day going to be one of the best ships in the game just because of what it can do. I just have a feeling it's going to be a little bit of a wait until CIG gets back to the Carrick. But in the future, in Star Citizen 1.0 future, the Carrick has the potential to be one of the better ships in the entire game. $600 is not a crazy price for it, for what it will offer in the future, especially. I do recommend this ship for those of you into exploration, into going out into the far reaches, especially when we get these radiation zones and stuff like that. Hopefully, CIG will make ships like the Carrick a little bit more hardened against things like the solar burst that Pyro is supposed to have. The Carrick is supposed to be a little bit more resilient to that stuff. I do plan on pinging a couple of the ship dev team members I know to see if that is still the case with the Carrick. But yeah, supposedly it's supposed to be a little bit hardened against environmental hazards, right? So that combined with the fact that we do need to know, I agree with you, Noob, we need to understand what exploration gameplay looks like. However, I kind of have an idea of what it's going to look like. I think exploration gameplay in Star Citizen is going to primarily focus on finding resources for industrial purposes, base building, and stuff like that. I think there will be some aspect to it where, and this will be 1.0 or post 1.0, where we will be able to find jump points that are leapfrog jump points. So, for example, if let's say from Stanton you can go to Pyro, and then from Pyro we're going to be able to go to Castra, right, or whatever. I can see the Carrick finding secondary jump points that allow you to go straight from Stanton to Castra without going through Pyro. But maybe those jump points will be a little bit smaller, they'll be a little bit more unstable, et cetera, et cetera. So I hope they go that direction with the Carrick. Supposedly that's what it's going to be able to do, is help not only scan for and find those jump points, those transitory jump points, but also stabilize them and make it easier for the Carrick to get through them, right? So hopefully they stick with that. Okay, let's see here. Let's keep going. Guardian says, Carrick is one of the major reasons I was drawn to the game back in IAE 2023. Unfortunately, it's not very good, but what a ship to walk around in for a new player. Yeah, right now, that's definitely the case with the Carrick. In the future, though, when CIG gets this ship up to standard, it's got a bunch going for it. For one, it's got the modular cargo pods that can be dropped off planet side. That's going to be really cool and is a rather unique feature. The only ship to have anything even remotely like that is the Crucible, and even that one's quite a bit different. So a very unique feature with this ship. It's got a med bay, it's got a hangar, it's got a garage, it's got a cartography room, again, for that advanced sensor sweeping and scanning gameplay. It also has drones. And remember, I think it can carry 2 drones, but remember, drones are a little bit interoperable between ships. So hopefully, again, if CIG sticks to their words, this ship could carry Mine are like 2 Sentry drones it can drop off. The type of the Nemo Sentry drones, or sorry, not the Nemo. I forget what they're called. The Firestorm Kinetic Sentry drones, maybe is what they're called. Anyways, those Sentry drones that the Nautilus carries. Again, so in the future, hopefully the Carrack lives up to its full potential, right? Talked about the Centurion. I wouldn't get it for the price. Anvil Crucible. This is the one that I've done a shipyard episode on. I think several of y'all have seen it at this point. The Anvil Crucible. This is really kind of a steal right now, people. And again, I'm not the type that says, hey, you need to go out and buy a ship. But I want you to take something into consideration. Go back to like the Asgard, right? This is a 46-meter long ship. Pretty simple ship. For $350, right? 46-meter long ship. The Crucible is currently a 90-meter ship at the same price, $350. And this ship is 1,000% going to grow. Okay? The entire ship was designed around the old original Hornet model. That Hornet has grown in size. And what I think CIG is going to do is this pad in here, they're going to make that a medium pad. That's what I think. They're going to make it a medium pad, which means this ship has to grow quite a bit. I think I did some back of the napkin math, and if they keep the design roughly the same, which it's not, it's going to get updated. But if they were to keep the design roughly the same, if they scaled that hangar up to a medium-sized pad, then it means the ship gets up to like 150 meters or something like that, like Odyssey size. This thing's currently $350, so it's still a steal because this will probably become like a capital ship at some point. It really will. It probably will get up to that level or very close to capital level. So there we go. Hopefully CIG prioritizes repair gameplay. I think they should. I know Citizen Ninja there, you're saying the Crucible is probably a post 1.0 ship. I agree with you. It probably is a post 1.0 ship. I don't think it should be a post 1.0 ship. We do need repair into the game, and I think we need it in sooner rather than later. Bob Smith, yep, you agree. I 100% agree. The ship's going to grow in size. It was concepted a long time ago. Quinn says medium. Isn't it only meant to have up to one heavy fighter in that hangar? I think it was originally spec'd to carry the Hornet. I think that was originally the idea behind it, was to carry the Hornet. But I see them wanting to make sure that this thing can adequately fit and repair ships like the Ares Starfighter and ships of that size as well, including the new Hornets with their new size. Again, this was built around the original Hornet from way back in the day. And when you factor that in with safety margins, room for NPCs to walk around and stuff, it has to grow significantly. I forget the exact math, but I did it. If you go watch my STARJUMP shipyard video in the Crucible, I do a full 30-minute breakdown of this ship, all kinds of 3D models, manipulation. I go into size adjustments on it, the whole thing. Oh, there's Focus with a $35 donation. Focus, salute to you. Thank you very, very much. You are the one who put us over $19,000 raise. Everybody, let's quick pause for a minute, okay? By the way, am I going through the ship so I'm not even on this screen? Oh my God. All right, everybody. Sorry about that. I'm an idiot. There it is. Sorry. Let's go back here real quick. We are now above $19,000 total raised for May and April. Absolutely incredible. We're at $35,453 raised lifetime. I'm going to switch this over here because I want to call out the raffles. Okay, let's go ahead and get into these raffles real quick. We have 3 raffles going on. If you do a $15 donation to the raffle, and those of you on YouTube, don't worry, I haven't forgotten about you, my amazing YouTube community. 52 watching over on YouTube. I really appreciate that. My YouTube community is amazing. I just pinned a Tiltify link to the top of the YouTube chat, and those of you on Twitch, you can see the link right down there via Stream Elements. If you donate a $15 donation to that Tiltify link and click on the Fortune Sunspot, add that to your cart when you go to that Tiltify link, you will get a raffle ticket for that. We'll be giving that ship away tomorrow on Ender's stream. Okay, you do not have to be in stream, by the way, to win. You just have to buy your ticket. If you do a $20 donation to St. Jude via that Tiltify link, remember, all this money goes straight to St. Jude. It does not come to STARJUMP whatsoever. If you donate $20, you'll get a Super Hornet Mark II raffle ticket that we'll give away on May 27th. And then with a $100 donation, a $100 donation to St. Jude Children's Hospital via the Tiltify link, that gets you a ticket to the RSI Polaris Corvette with LTI. And here's the really great news, everybody. On that night, on May 30th, we're going to do the drawing for the Polaris Corvette. That winner will win it. We're then going to spin that wheel again, all the same names. The winner of that will win the Anvil Asgard. Then we're going to spin it again because we're crazy. And the winner of that third spin is winning a Guardian MX. Okay? So going to be a really big raffle night. We're just trying to get to $20,000, folks. That's what we're trying to do. That is the big goal for this year, $20,000. Stuicus coming in with a donation of $15 towards the Misk Fortune with Sunspot livery. Stuicus, appreciate you, bud. Longtime STARJUMP supporter. Really appreciate you hanging out with us tonight. I do want to do a thank you, everyone, to our raffle prize donators. GearCon, absolutely GearCon, kicking doors down this year with donations, including an RSI Polaris, a 600i, another RSI Polaris, and a Carrack, as well as a host of smaller ships. Bingo Winchester coming in with multiple ships this year. Lazy Donuts with multiple ships. James from Icon City with a Stream Deck and Icon pack. So again, we really appreciate it. To all of our raffle prize donators, we could not have done this without you. We could not have done it with the rest of you community folks. I want you to take a look at that number up there, up at top, $19,025 raised. Everybody, we're only $875 away from hitting the 2025 goal for STARJUMP. Okay? Huge accomplishment from all of you and everyone in the STARJUMP community and the wider Star Citizen community. All right, going back here, I didn't realize I was not clicking these, but you know the ships we've gone through. We talked about the Arrow, the Asgard. We're going to talk more about that. I told you not to buy ships like the Ballista Centurion and Spartan. The C8R is a solid purchase. C8X, you might as well just get the C8R. Carrack, solid ship, has a bright future, but really currently stunted and does need attention from CIG. I think when they switch back to large Anvil ships, it will get some additional work. And when drone support comes online, I do think the Carrack will be one of those ships that possibly gets drones. We did hear at one point, by the way, about drones that could go out or sort of do long distance scanning. So maybe that comes on board too. Centurion, Crucible, we just got done talking about that. One of the cheapest capitals right now that you can pledge for. The F7C Hornet Mark II. The big deal with this one is everyone really just wants the Anvil F7A Hornet Mark II. So there's no way to get that right now. This is kind of the stepping stone to that ship, though, so it may sell. I'm not sure. $175 for the Mark II Hornet. I do think there's better options right now, but it's just something to consider. And then, of course, the F7CM Super Hornet Mark II. One of the really cool things about this ship is getting the Wild Heart kit for it. It's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the Super Hornet Mark II. I use this a lot in the Align and Mine event, or no, Fight for Pyro. I used it a lot in the Fight for Pyro as well. I used a C8R and this ship. I would sort of switch between the two. The Heartseeker kit. Yes, thank you, Sandgroper. Heartseeker kit. F7CR Hornet Tracker Mark II and the Ghost Mark II. Again, niche variants of the Hornet Mark II series. The tracking variant could be really interesting at some point when we get advanced scanning or scanning tier 2 in the game. We have heard a lot about it being under development, but for $185, I want to see what that scanning gameplay looks like for putting that into a fighter or a Hornet Mark II platform and do my scanning from that. I think I just need to see what the future is there for this. Guardian says, holding the F7C Warbond for the F7A re-release. Yeah, I mean, they're going to redo the F7A. There's going to be another way to get it, so don't worry. They did it with an event. Was it Saving Stanton? Let me know, chat. But, you know, they're going to do another event like that, and you're going to be able to get the you're going to be able to earn the F7A Mark II if you missed out on it the first time. F8C Lightning. Again, a lot of people are kind of putting the ship down right now. I'm not sure exactly why. It might just be that it's fallen out of the meta. I still think the F8C Lightning is still going to be an absolutely incredible ship, heavy fighter for the future of the game. Again, if you put aside current numbers and stats and stuff, because I do, it's all because mainly because all those numbers and stuff are going to change. Put that stuff aside. Look at just the role of the ship. It is a solid heavy fighter platform, carries a nice armament, nice mix of weapons, nice mix of missiles. It's a solid ship. You really can't go wrong with the F7C. It is pretty expensive. You could definitely, there's going to be a path to earn this in the game in the future, so it's not like you got to put out the money for it, but I do think it is a very solid heavy fighter. I'm no combat expert in game. I don't really focus on that gameplay in Star Citizen, but I do really enjoy flying the F7C, or F8C, excuse me, F8C. Anonymous, oh my goodness, just kicked the door down with a $100 donation towards the RSI Polaris and a red wagon for St. Jude. Anonymous, salute to you. I'll figure out who you are via the email system on Tiltify, but thank you very much. Giving you the quadruple salute there. Yes, Michael Phillips, a 2024 Overdrive Initiative. That was what the F7A Mark II event was. Socially Confused, thank you very much. Again, not sure who the anonymous donor was because I don't have Tiltify up right now, but thank you very much, everyone. That is incredible. Thank you very much for those donations. I love you all. I really do. We're at $19,125, getting ever closer to our $20,000 milestone. And that's going to be a big one, folks. I don't know what we're going to do. We're going to have to give away something big for it. If we hit $20,000 this year, let me think about that. Chat, help me think. If I'm going to put a poll up, okay? We're going to do a poll real quick here before we go any further. Let me put the poll up. Okay. Let's see. Let me do a new poll. I'm going to do it on Twitch and YouTube. Let's see here. We're going to... Okay, so what we're going to try to do is figure out what the giveaway for the $20,000 milestone being hit. I've got two options. That we can do for that, three options. And I'm going to list them on the poll, and I'm going to allow you all in chat to help me figure out what that prize giveaway is going to be. Okay, so let me go over to YouTube, get that poll going as well, and then I'm going to start them. We'll see how it goes. Okay, I'm very curious on what you will choose. Okay, here we go. Let me put the options in. There's going to be three options for this. And here we go. I'm about to start them. All right, starting the poll on YouTube and starting the poll on Twitch. There we go. 20K milestone, everybody. Three options. We can do an ironclad assault, or an RSI Perseus, okay? If we hit the 20K milestone this year, I will arrange for one of those ships to be given away. Okay, we'll do just a giveaway for it. It won't be a raffle. It'll just be a giveaway to celebrate us hitting $20,000 raised. And I think the way we'll do the giveaway is everyone who donated towards St. Jude over the course of April and May, you will automatically get, like, I don't know here, we'll figure it out, but you'll maybe automatically get 5 tickets or 10 tickets, and everyone else will get 1 ticket. And that's how we'll do the giveaway to sort of incentivize those people that have donated and that are going to donate. But there's your options, everybody. I've got a few gift cards that are needing a home, and I think we should put those towards a $20,000 milestone giveaway. Again, I'll figure out the details as we get closer, but what we'll probably do is for any of you that have donated We'll award you tickets. Maybe it's the more you've donated, the more tickets you get. And then everyone who has not donated, which is okay, you've been hanging around for the streams, which we appreciate. For those of you just hanging out in the streams, you'll all get a single ticket awarded to you. So everyone will have a chance. It's going to be really exciting. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. Six, I'm just going to call it six. Six donated $20 towards the F7CM Super Hornet. Everybody, we're up to $19,145. Six, thank you very much. Salute to you. I appreciate you. Our polls are about to end, everybody. I hope you got your votes in. Here we go. Let's look at the results. View the results. Okay, the Perseus won on Twitch. So Perseus coming in with 7 votes total at 44%. Ironclad close behind that, and Ironclad Assault coming in last place. So it looks like the Perseus on Twitch is the current front runner here. Let's see if YouTube agrees with you. Let's go ahead and end the poll. What do we got here, folks? Okay, Perseus at 42%, Ironclad 39%, and Ironclad Assault 18%. It's really interesting. It's kind of the same breakdown. Okay, everybody, here's what we're going to do. Is everyone in chat listening? All right, here's what we're going to do, chat. If we hit $20,000 raised by May 30th, Brown, thank you very much for that follow. Salute to you. If you haven't followed the channel, everybody, please do. If by May 30th we hit $20,000 raised, then on May 31st, we will do a drawing. We will do a giveaway. Okay. Those of you that have donated, you're going to get a ticket for the amount of money you've donated. So, for example, maybe it's for every $10 you donated, you get a ticket. Okay. So if you donated $500, then you're going to get 50 tickets, right? Or 50 tickets, yeah. So if you donated $10, then you get a single ticket, or you'll get a single ticket, and then everybody, including the people that have donated money, get a single free ticket. Okay, that way everyone who gets in on the giveaway will have a chance. But then those that have donated money towards St. Jude to help the cause, to help us get to that 20K number, will get an elevated chance of winning. And we will do the RSI Perseus. Probably coming later this year, 100-meter long gunship rocking dual 2 times dual size 8 Medusa cannons on it. Really exciting ship. I know a lot of people are looking forward to it. I think we're going to get the curtain pulled back on that ship a little bit over the summer. So there we go, everybody. We know the goal. $20,000. We're already marching along pretty good tonight. I think we've raised, what have we raised? We've raised 140, 175, 190, 290. We've done almost $310 in just the last hour or two. So be proud of yourselves, everybody. Here we go. Quinn says, did they upsize the torpedoes on the Percy? Not that we know of. Currently, it's still slated to hold 20 size 5 torpedoes. So, Charlie McAwesome says the Ironclad and the Assault split the Drake vote. That's true. I am a Drake fan. We all know that. The Ironclad I'm actually looking forward to more than the Perseus, but I agree with you, Charlie. I agree. All right, moving along here, everybody. The Anvil Gladiator. This is a rough one because this ship it is a really cool ship. It looks cool. I know a lot of people love this ship, but it really does need a glow up. CIG needs to do a pretty extensive pass on this. I actually think the Gladiator would be a great ship to get a Mark II variant. But remember what John Cruz said, we still need to have the Mark I work correctly. Anvil Hawk, everyone knows this is one of VMXEO and mine's favorite ship, primarily because it looks the most like a Decepticon. Oh, Nano Puddin just donated $20 towards a Super Hornet Mark II. Nano Puddin, thank you very much. Salute to you, getting us ever closer to the goal. Thank you very much, Nano Puddin. Appreciate that. Remember, all of you donating are getting extra tickets towards that Perseus giveaway. Okay, so that $20 donation that Nano Puddin just did got them 2 extra tickets for that Perseus giveaway. Okay, remember that. Anvil Hurricane, still one of the best ships in the game for for a two-person heavy fighter. And with AI turret blades coming on board soonish, because CIG has said as much that those are coming after these avionic blades, this could be a ship where maybe that turret is controlled by the pilot and from a straightforward perspective, and that could make this ship very, very, very interesting. Coming in at $210, so not a terrible deal for what you're getting. Anvil Hurricane, I definitely recommend. It's also a really small ship too, so it fits in a lot of places.
Thank you.
Oh, Michael P. donating $15 towards the Misfortune with Sunspot Paint. Michael P. Appreciate you. Kaboom. Truther rolling in with a $20 Super Hornet donation. Michael P., you're getting a salute. And Truther, you're getting a salute. Thank you very, very much, everyone. You're absolutely amazing. Again, you are all getting tickets towards that Perseus giveaway. So thank you very much. Really incredible. Really, really incredible. Again, we are marching towards that $20,000 ultimate goal here. Let me switch back. Is our things? Our thing hasn't updated up there. Why is that not updating? Why is that not updating? Let's see if that will refresh here. Usually it refreshes. We'll wait a minute. There we go. Let's continue on, though. Anvil Legionnaire, I know a lot of people are excited about this ship. This ship is going to come when we have hacking. We don't know when hacking's coming on board, but hopefully sooner rather than later. Vert says on YouTube, I thought turret blades only work on remote turrets. Am I wrong? Possibly. Yes, but we don't know how those are going to possibly work with ships like... well, you're right. Maybe that won't apply to the Anvil Hurricane now that I'm thinking about it. But a ship that it could work on would be something like the RSI Scorpius, because that turret is technically remote. So I don't know if CIG would get blowback, though, for it not working the same way with a man turret interface on something like the Hurricane. I personally hope they do make it still work as a remote turret, even if it's technically a man turret, because it's really just electronics at that point, and they could lure that all they want. So that's a good point, Bert. That's a good point. I'll have to look into that a little bit more. Altzilla says, let's get to 20K tonight. That would be cool. That would be cool if we got to 20K tonight. I don't know why my alert is not going up, though. Let me see here. That is so weird. I need to ask Ender about that. Is there a way to refresh this? Refresh browser when screen becomes active. Let me try here. Let's just try. Oh, there it is. It just clicked over. Okay, cool. $19,200 raised. Incredible. Oh my goodness, you all are incredible. Guardian donating $50 to help unlock art supplies for St. Jude. Guardian, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Kaboom, you're getting the double salute for that. Remember, $50 is going to get you 5 raffle tickets, or sort of essentially 5 extra tickets for that Perseus giveaway that we're going to do when we hit 20K, because I have no doubt we're going to do it. Okay. Michael Phillips said, I've also heard that it's remote only, but that could easily change. Yeah, true. I hope it changes. I really do. But yeah, Legionnaire, $120 for a hacking boarding ship. I don't know about this one. This one has a bunch of question marks for me. I hope we get some more information on hacking gameplay soon, and specifically how hacking and boarding are going to work together. I want to see this in action. Now that we have the Idrisen game, though, and the Polaris, I could see this ship having a usage where you hack the ships to shut it down, but I guess we really need resource management for that. And that's actually why I don't think we have hacking, because we need resource management and engineering first. So I think when those come on board, you'll start seeing hacking come online, and prioritization will be directed towards the Legionnaire. So we'll see. Continue to go. The Anvil Liberator Deep Strike Light Carrier, really interesting ship, kind of a monster, weird design actually. I know a lot of people are excited for this one. $575 for the Liberator. This is another interesting one. I get a lot of questions about this ship on what do I think is holding it back, like why is it not in development, right? Oh my goodness, Rooster Rage coming out, kicking doors down with $100 donation. Oh my goodness. Rooster Rage, you are incredible. Rooster has been donating an incredible amount of money throughout the entire campaign, absolutely kicking ass on it. Rooster, thank you very much. I'm giving you the double salute for that amazing donation towards a red wagon for St. Jude and the RSI Polaris. Thank you very much, Rooster. All right, we did officially, by the way, hit $19,350. I said if we hit $19,200, we'd give away a poster, didn't I? Is that what I said? Y'all are crazy. I did say that, didn't it? What kind of poster would we give away? I think we would give away this poster, which is the Aegis Idris cutaway poster. I think that's the poster we would do. What do you all think? I need to set that up, though, don't I? I need to set that up. Let me go ahead and do that because I promised you all I would do that. So let's go ahead and if you're on Twitch, here's how it's going to work. If you're on Twitch, giveaway is starting for that now. All you got to do is do exclamation ticket or exclamation ticket space max to buy tickets for that. Those of you on YouTube, I have got to find a video for you all to chat on or leave a message on. Let me do that. Let me do that. We got to do that. We'll do it. You know what? We're going to do it to the Merchant Man video. That's what we're going to do. Okay, so for those of you on YouTube, you can go to the link I'm about to pin to the top of the chat. It's going to replace the Tiltify link for a short bit. You can go to that link. You can leave a message. Hi, goodbye, hello, something short, sweet. Leave a message there, though. I will pull an element. I'll pull a winner from the Stream Elements giveaway, and I'll pull a random comment from the YouTube video that those of you on YouTube are leaving comments on. We'll pull both of those names. We'll put you in the random wheel of names, and the winner that will win the poster. Okay, that is to celebrate us hitting $19,350. Absolutely incredible, everybody. All right, here we go. Liberator, $575. Anvil Paladin, we know this ship is in development. This is going to be an exciting ship for people. Currently listed at 300. That will go up, no doubt. I have a feeling this ship will go up to at least the $350 range, if not more. This will be an exciting one, though. It does have a really interesting turret interface and other stuff like that. Again, this is sort of the competitor to the Redeemer. So yeah, really exciting ship. We'll have to see how that goes. I think it's possible this ship could be coming end of year. I do think it's possible. End of year for that ship. Spartan we talked about. Terrapin, I still think the Terrapin's a bit overpriced, but again, we do need to understand more about this scanning gameplay in the future. We just need to understand it. Brahman says, where do you get XP? Well, you can get XP from following the channel, of course. I think that's all you need, actually. If you do exclamation ticket, you should be able to get one if you're followed to the channel. At least I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. Actually, let me... Yeah, you should be able to. Terrapin Medic, really cool ship. Again, it doesn't do anything the C8R doesn't do, though, so you can get the C8R for much cheaper. So for me personally, I would just get the C8R, but if you're a big Terrapin lover and you really love this, go for it. To me, it's just a little overpriced when there's plenty of other ships that do the exact same thing for cheaper. So I personally would hold off on the Terrapin Medic unless, of course, you are planning on taking it into hard-ass combat. Ashhole, thank you for that follow. Love the name. Really clever. Love it. Moving along, the Anvil Valkyrie, again, I think this ship is overpriced at $375. I think it should be more like $320. So I think it's got a pretty steep premium on it. So it's a little bit hard to recommend its current price point, and I don't totally understand drops ship usage in Star Citizen. However, John Crew has even talked about that recently, is saying that they do eventually want to give the drops ships reasons for existing and a reason for you to use it. So I think when that comes online, maybe we'll see better gameplay for this. Okay, there. We are going to move over to the Anvil Asgard page now. Again, They show off a lot of pictures here. This is the vehicle drop ship again. That's what they show it doing. It can comfortably carry a Nova tank or a Spartan or Centurion or Ballista. Any of the big vehicles, it can carry one of those. Smaller vehicles, it can carry multiples. Moving on down here, though. Again, they show some really cool art of it in progress. I do think this would be a really great ground operations support ship, as well as just a base defense ship. Got a couple really cool paint jobs for it. The factory standard, which is the black and white. They have the last light paint job, which was my favorite actually out of all of them. I picked that one up. The sea sand or sand sea paint, which is kind of interesting, beige with black and red accents. The Savannah paint job, which is sort of a green with black and yellow accents. And then the Valhalla, which is the concierge Chairman's Club paint, which is a copper with like green accents. So really cool. The ship comes in at 48.7 meters long, 34.1 meters wide, carries 180 SCU cargo. The 180 SCU cargo, by the way, everyone, is a big reason that I got interested in this ship, because it instantly sort of becomes a little bit of a general purpose ship, right? Let's see here. God's Butter. I'm not sure exactly which website you're talking about, but possibly this one. This is the link transmission page for the Anvil Asgard. Gives all the details. Again, the ship has one dual gimbal, 2x size 3 gun, and a 4x 4 mounts for a 1x size 3 weapon, and then it has the 1x bespoke missile rack, which carries 16 size 3 missiles, which is the big missile rack on top. You can see that here. They do have, again, the ship war bond is 325. If you're Chairman's Club, you get that with the Valhalla paint. Otherwise, it's 325 for the Asgard at war bond, 350 for credit with 10-year insurance. They, of course, have the paint packs you can buy. You can buy all 3 paints for $22. The concierge paint coming in at $13. Okay. They do have where you can do war bond CCU upgrades. So that is what I did. I applied it to my E1. My Spirit E1, I essentially upgraded that to this. So I'm pretty happy with that. Let's go into game here. I'm going to launch Star Citizen. Bear with me here. I'm going to launch the game. I'll switch over in just a second. Again, thank you everyone for the donations. Do not forget to get your exclamation tickets purchased on Twitch. And if you're over on YouTube, you're going to want to go to the video link pinned to the top of chat. You're going to want to leave a comment on that video. Hi, goodbye, hello, Graham, you're handsome, whatever you want to leave. I'm going to pull a random comment from the YouTube video. I'm going to choose. I'm going to do the selection for the random winner off the stream elements. We'll put both of your names into the random wheel of names, and one of you will win the Aegis Idris poster. You can either get that in a physical format or a digital format. Okay, I'm starting to offer that. Mostly Shenanigans says the Asgard feels a bit agile for its size. Okay, everybody, I'm going to click over here. There we go. Let's go into the extended unit. We'll join on Griffin Gaming, our good buddy Griff. Let's see here. Honestly, the Asgard is a really sweet ship. One of the best I have seen out of CG. Is that it? Chat's a little cut off for the moment. We're going to go in. I'm going to walk around it in the hangar. I'm going to give you my thoughts on it. Why I decided to buy it. Doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to keep it, but ultimately why I decided to buy it. And it may not be exactly for the reasons you think, but I'll walk through it. It's sort of the same assessment I give any ship of this size and this price point. Now remember, I had some store credit and I CCU'd my E1, which is unmeltable because it was a referral thing. So I essentially CCU upgrade the Spirit E1 and use some store credit to get the Anvil Asgard. Okay. While we're waiting to get in the game here, you all have heard me talk about ship flexibility, right? Rascal says, is the Paladin on sale right now? Yes, it is. The Paladin is on sale right now. It is purchasable as of today, and I believe tomorrow it'll be on sale, and for the finale. So yes, it is available. So we're going to go down to the hangar here and take a look at the Asgard. I do have some of the different paints on it. We can look at those paints. But anyway, a lot of you know that I purchase ships a lot of times specifically because of their flexibility, right? So I don't buy too many niche ships. So, for example, when it came down to purchase a Zeus, which I wanted to own one, I really love the Zeus design. For me, it made sense to get the CL. Maximize cargo, maximize general purpose usage of the ship. The exploration variant's cool, the MR is cool, but the CL is the most flexible of that ship hull, in my opinion. Again, the bigger cargo areas usually mean greater flexibility and ship usage later on, whether you're putting material in it, cargo boxes, not just for cargo transport missions, by the way, putting cargo in it for transporting to your base or taking some small ground vehicles or whatever the case may be. I just see general ships with larger cargo capacity is sort of fitting in that general purpose capabilities for me. And this ship, with its uniquely designed rear cargo hold area, the fact that it can do 180 SCU of cargo, it can carry the bigger vehicles. And from an interior perspective, it's simple. It's really designed around taking things from point A to point B. I like that general purpose nature of it. It flies really well. So much so that I could see this ship playing an active duty role in base security. So, for example, if you had a security team, let's say you have a big sprawling base, like ground base in the future, right? You just got done building it with the Pioneer. You're super proud of it. You're super happy. I could see your base security detachment flying around in an Asgard with maybe a Storm or a Cyclone or a Nova or something in the back. And they just fly and do perimeter security on the base. If they do detect any sort of incursion or anything, they can set down really quickly because, again, this is going to be hardened for that dropship capability. Set down really quick. The vehicle drives out the back. This ship takes back off, provides that air security while the ground pounders are down there duking it out. I don't know. I just think, because I don't think something like a Valkyrie is going to be good for base security on your own bases. It may be good for raiding other people's bases, but not for your own base security. You're going to want to have vehicles out there and ships. You're going to want to have the upper hand with vehicles. So for me, the Asgard just started to lean more towards a great base security ship and a good, just a good general purpose ship. Let's see here. You can even put seats in it and make it a DIY dropship. Yeah, you could. You absolutely could. Hunter says, Ironclad Sunday? I'm still holding on to hope. I need it. Yeah. I tell you, Hunter, I'm right there with you, buddy. I really wish it was. I don't think it's looking good, to be quite honest with you, everyone. Let me just grab some water here. I don't think it's looking good, to be quite honest with you. I think something would have leaked out at this point. I would love to be wrong. I would really love to be wrong, but I just don't. I would just be shocked. If the Ironclad is indeed coming Sunday, it would really, really shock me. Really, really shock me. Oh, I need food. That was my food thing. Let's see. There are no burritos around here. Look at all the garbage over here. Ironclad, not sure it's military. Well, see, that's what I was hoping. I was hoping that the Ironclad was going to be the first ship that the Ironclad Assault was going to be like the first ship that the UEE said, you know what, this is a great platform. Let's purchase this and contract this to be in the. For some reason, I'm not able to eat anymore. That's okay. I think we're good. Oh no, they just went into my bag. Okay. So I was hoping the UEE would glom on to the Ironclad Assault, and maybe that would be like the first Drake ship taken under the UEE's wings, but you know, and gone and put into service. But maybe I'm wrong on that. Charlie McCausum says, "Okay, what's the Drake hangar deal then? Any other speculation left or good? It's there. It's called Fleet Week Hangar, and it's attached to the Drake Hall." But that's all we know, and I'm starting to wonder if it's just code related and not like actually something that has anything to do with any sort of new ship reveal. But you know what? I could easily be wrong. I'm wildly speculating here. Look, the Ironclad could drop for all we know. I'm starting to think we've exhausted the new ships for this year. I want to be wrong. Rooster says, doesn't Drake sell all their ships at this event? I do believe so. Yeah, I do believe so. Okay, everyone, let's bring up the Asgard first with that night line pane or whatever it's called. I know that's not what it's called, but here we go. It's coming up. And again, thank you everybody for your donations. Do not forget we have hit $19,200. We surpassed that now at $19,350. So we are going to give away a poster tonight. Make sure if you're on Twitch, you do exclamation ticket or exclamation ticket space max. If you're over on YouTube, there is a link pinned to the top of chat. Go to that link, leave a comment on that video. I'll pull a random winner from there, and I'll pull the stream elements winner. We'll pull a name from each. We'll put your names into the random wheel of names, and we'll spin it. And we'll see who wins the Idris poster. Ken, those posters will go out after Invictus launch week, by the way. I wait till the end so that I can just process them all together. Yeah, Altzilla, I do agree with you. Bingo says there's that silhouette ship still. I bet it comes on Drake Day. I was thinking that. Xylo did come out and say that there's no new concept ships coming. But that doesn't mean there's not a flight-ready ship. They could surprise us, but I doubt it. All right, here is the Anvil Asgard with that darker paint on it, which I think looks absolutely incredible. Let's go ahead and go in the back here. Again, I love the big cargo ramp here. Again, this thing is just custom built for flexible operations. You can easily use this for non-combat ops as well. It's got plenty of pilot-controlled firepower. Big cavernous background, which is again another big bonus to this. It's really flexible in terms of what you can fit in it. Pretty sure you can even fit some small snubs in this with no problem. Eskimonian says, "Oh, Grim, I almost forgot I have another challenge coin for you." Oh, awesome, Eskimonian. Appreciate that. I hope you're doing well, and thanks for that other one. Fahrenheit says if they can code the fact that a certain size ship gives a certain size hangar when away from your home base, no reason they can't make smaller ships spawn in a bit close. Yeah, I know. That's something I wish they would do too. So the ship does have these doors over here that you can open up. And when you open them up, you can you grab onto these guns? How do you grab onto this gun? Oh, there it is. You can deploy the guns here, which those come out, and then once those are deployed, you can grab onto them and light things up. Right? Pretty cool. So it does have the guns just like the Valkyrie. Up here, looks like is this like personal storage? Let's see here. Yep, personal storage here in these lockers. Going over here, there's some more personal storage lockers, another exterior door. Going through this door, moving towards here, we have an engineering terminal, a jump seat, fire extinguisher, and place for components, specifically cooler and shield. Moving through this door, we have that front or lower turret. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Front lower turret access on this side. We have some more shield power plant and cooler access on this side, as well as another jump seat. The jump seats are a nice little addition, by the way. So kind of a little U shape down there. Now up here, you can go up this ladder. Now here's the cool thing about this ladder. It does have a hatch that will cover that door up. You see it right there. And then this right here is glass. So this is all pressurized right here, which is really nice. So you can open that back cargo bay. You could easily put a bunch of Titan suits in here, for example. You could put a bunch of Atlas suits, Titan suits. This is a great drop-off for Atlas suits. Through here, let's get this door open. Open up for me, door. Through here, we have the bathroom, all the good stuff, the nice little toilet, the sink, all that good stuff. Very hardened, as Anvil likes to be. And this one over here, we do have habitation, beds for 2. The crew size on the Asgard has been reduced from the Valkyrie. It's down to 2 now. Moving through this area, we do have some basic habitation stuff in the form of food access. And this is nothing over here. We do have the weapons lockers, of course. And I believe these are suit lockers. Kind of interesting. They are labeled 1 and 2. Pretty sure these are suit lockers, though. And then, of course, we have the cockpit door down here, which leads you to the bridge. I love the little Asgard labeling and decal work there. We'll go ahead and hop in here so we can get some exterior views of the ship. Go exterior. I'll go ahead and fire up the engines. There's that paint job. I really love that paint job. I think it makes it look really, really nice. The ship does have a lot of forward firepower under pilot's control. You can see it right there. A lot of people miss those little turrets that are underneath the little top canopy shielding, but those are there. And then we have the big bottom turret for the gunner. But there's a lot of pilot control firepower there. And then, of course, we have the big missiles up top. The ship is VTOL capable. We can rotate those engines. Very Osprey influenced. I would agree with that, Quinn. I would definitely agree with that. I have tried flying it. I feel like it flies really nicely. It's pretty, for a ship of its size and its role, it's got a nice bit of like responsiveness. So no issues there. I felt like it behaved really well. I am looking forward to running this ship through its paces a little bit more. Can land it hard, and it does all right. Survives pretty well. Let's shut down. Let's take a look at that other paint job. So again, to me, yeah, Guardian, I love this paint job. This paint job also was like kind of sold this ship to me. I love this paint job. We'll move down the ladder here. Oops, stand by, everybody. Wife's kind of... okay. Oops, sorry. So we'll go check out that other paint job, though, for those who are curious what that concierge copper paint looks like. Oops. Okay, here we go. Sorry, everybody. I just got a message on my phone. Just closing that out. There we go. Let's go over here. Would you have bought it without your upgrading credit? That's a great question. Would I have bought it without the... Probably not. Probably not. Not because I don't... It doesn't appeal to me, but more so because I have other ships that do what it does. So yeah, I don't know if I would have bought it war bond. That's a good question. That's a good question. I don't think so. I think if I was... I think if I was more combat inclined, then I actually would buy it. To me, it is this better ship to have over the Valkyrie, even though they are very different ships. One thing I like about this is it is a way to bring ground vehicles to the ground. And here's the thing. I'm not just thinking about combat ground vehicles, by the way. I'm thinking about CSVFMs, base building vehicles, all that stuff, the base building hovercraft thing. I'm thinking about all that. To me, it's a smaller vehicle that means you don't have to bring something big like a C2 Hercules or something. I do kind of like that. So, okay, let's put the Valhalla paint on it now. This is the concierge paint. Let's take a quick look at that. Let's take a quick look. Here we go. So, yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. Uh-oh. There we go. I'm excited to see this paint. I have not seen this paint on the ship yet, everybody, so this is kind of a fresh reaction here. This is kind of a fresh one. And then we'll do the poster giveaway, everybody. Here it comes. Here it comes. God, the ships look so small on these extra large landing pads, don't they? These landing pads are big enough for the Kraken, for those that don't know. Brown, I'm going to give you a video. Let's see here. I'm actually going to put it in chat right now because, let's see here. Oops. Sitcon 2954. Okay, I'm going to put a video link in... let's see, where is it? Where is it? crafting home. I'm going to put a link in chat right now. This will give you a lot of information. Brown, this video here will give you a lot of information on base building and when it's expected. We still don't totally know when it's expected. It was supposed to come online later this year, but I think it's going to be delayed to next year. All right, here is that concierge paint. That does look pretty slick, I must say. Yeah, let's go get in the driver's seat so we can get a better view of it. Yeah, the base paint's slick too. I like the base paint a lot. Oops, I almost killed myself because of the ramp. That is a big ramp. Really big ramp. All right, we'll run so we can get some nice exterior views. It honestly flies pretty good, but you do feel the weight of the ship. Yeah, it's a pretty big ship. It's a pretty big ship. There it is, everybody. There is the paint. Yeah, that is nice. That is real nice. I still like that other one better. What is that? The Night Lane or whatever it's called. I still like that one a little better. But this one is pretty slick, I have to say. That is pretty slick. Puddly P says, do you think refining will come this year and or the expanse? So you mean ship-based refining, essentially, because we do have, obviously, refining in-game currently. I do think I think refining is going to come online when we have crafting. Okay, for crafting, we need resource management. So I think we're going to see resource management and the next level of crafting come. And then after that, we'll see ship-based refineries come because I think we're going to have to refine materials to do crafting. So I actually think refinery gameplay and crafting, like large-scale crafting more than we have now, just like on the Vulture and stuff. I think the crafting tier 1 and refinery, I think the refining gameplay, I think they really go sort of hand in hand, to be quite honest with you. And I think we're going to sort of see them come on board, you know, around the same time. That's honestly what I think. Okay, real quick, everybody. I'm going to switch us back for a moment to here. And we're going to go ahead and get the giveaway ready. So let me get some windows up here. If you are wanting to get on that Idris Cutaway poster giveaway, make sure you do exclamation ticket or exclamation ticket space max to get in on that. We're going to do that very, very soon, everybody. I'm getting the windows ready right now. Let's see. Did I just say Rudy? Ready? Something like that. Okay, so there we go. Just getting my windows ready. Make sure if you're over on YouTube, you're going to want to go to the link pinned to the top of chat, and you're going to want to leave a comment there. And it can be hi, goodbye, hello. I'm going to pull a random comment from there. Okay, random comment from there. Let me get my random wheel of names up. Just getting all my windows up to do this. And we'll get to it. All right, everybody. We are going to... Oops. Hopefully I didn't freeze. Bear with me. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. First things first. We're going to switch over to, our random wheel here. But we're actually going to go to Stream Elements here. We're going to close this giveaway on Stream Elements here in just a second. Good luck. Here's how it's going to work, everybody. Going to put the winner of the Stream Elements, the winner of the YouTube random comment poll. We're going to put your names into the wheel of names. We're going to spin it. Whoever wins will have to contact me via Discord, via DM. Okay, you have to DM me via Discord. Okay, here we go. Closing the giveaway in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, drawing a winner. Good luck, everybody. Good luck. VG, it's VG. VG, you are the Stream Elements winner. I know VG's here. Congratulations, VG. You are having your name put in the random wheel of names for the Idris Cutaway posters. Let's get your name in there. There it is. Nice, VG. Okay, got your name there. Now we're going to the random comment picker on YouTube. We're going to go ahead and pick a random comment, but we do have to put the date in for today's date. Okay, we started streaming at 9:30 tonight. So we're going to go to 9 and we're going to go to 30. There we go. 9:30 essentially is when we started streaming. We'll set that up. And there we go. For today's date, we're going to pick a random comment. Selecting now. There we go. Ash Hole. It was Ash Hole. Ash Hole was in chat just a little bit ago. Ash Hole, are you still there? Ash Hole, let me know. First off, that's like the best name ever. But Ash Hole, let me know if you are still in chat, my good friend. If you're in chat, Ash Hole, speak up. Speak up. Say hello. Say hello. Deco, what's this game about? This game is about, so this is Star Citizens, what we primarily talk about here, spaceships. It's an MMO space game, still under developed by Cloud Imperium Games. It is a cruel mistress sometimes. Okay, Ashhole is here. Ashhole, we are taking you. We're going to take your name, put you in the wheel of names. Here we go. Thank you very much. Thank you for your donation earlier, too. Here we go, everybody. We are spinning. Good luck to both VG. Yeah, Deco, kind of like No Man's Sky, but a little bit more realistic. However, it is still in development. It's not as finished as No Man's Sky is, so big caveat there. Here we go, everybody, doing a 3, 2, 1. It's VG, our longtime friend VG, coming out with a win. He's always in here. He's always participating. VG, congratulations. I'm putting you down for a Idris poster as we speak. There we go. I got it locked in. VG, I'll get your shipping information. Just DM that to me. I know you have my DM. Quinn says rigged. I always like when someone says rigged. But VG, congratulations, man. Congratulations. All you need to do is DM me on Discord your shipping information. Those posters will go out after Invictus launch week, okay? After Invictus launch week. Cosmic Troll says, did I miss a stream? Yeah, unfortunately you missed it, Cosmic. That's okay, buddy. You can watch the VOD. We still got more streams coming. Don't worry. Don't worry. We still got plenty of streams coming. I hate that you missed it as well, but that's okay. That is truly okay. All right, everybody. I know who I'm going to send you over to. I'm going to send you over to a lovely individual. We're going to send everybody over, and I really hope you give this person some STARJUMP love. They have started streaming Star Citizen, and they're just a really nice, sweet person. I've enjoyed watching them, so make sure you give them some STARJUMP love when you go over there. I'm going to send you over to Sinful Strife. Everybody, we've raised some money tonight, okay? We've raised some money. Thank you for the follow, Era Class. We're up to $19,350. Salute to you all. Spread some STARJUMP love over on Sinful Strife's channel. Do something kind for a stranger. See you all tomorrow, everybody.